Okay, I wanted to cook about this game for a little bit. This is just my take from playing this game from a week. I saw this before it came out, at least for PC, over a year ago. Hence, I think I've got this outfit, which is a pre-registration outfit. I didn't realise. And I kind of, for what reason, I just got distracted. Too many other games came out. Ended up not really getting into it. I didn't download it at the time. I downloaded it probably for the first time about 2-3 weeks ago, and I tried it. I don't know if I even got to some gameplay, but I don't think I did get some gameplay. I kind of instantly just backed out and didn't bother. I was like, nah, I think I just hadn't got time to cover it. And really got time for another gacha game. And so I just left it. Heard about the anniversary, saw another streamer do some gameplay, thought I'd check it out, to be honest. Thought it was finally time to check it out on my channel, and thought I'd give it a go. And I've spent the last week playing it pretty much every day. And I thought I'd cover my account now after the week and show you, if you've not played this, basically what I've accumulated in that week's time and my overall opinion of it. It's a good game overall. I think it's a very good game. Should you give it a go? It's definitely a mobile game in the truest sense. I've got an old brick phone and it runs great on that phone. So in the truest sense, it is definitely a mobile game. Genshin and even like Tower of Fantasy will not run on my phone. It's from like 2018. The onboard storage is just too small for them. Whereas a game like this, it's only like 6 gigabytes or something. It's quite small, and so it works no problem, and it plays no problem, even at like 60 frames per second. Very nice. But basically, it's you are the commander. You're commanding these anime girls as a team to basically just do a small battle scene. The game this reminds me of, and probably why I've enjoyed it more than I probably should have, in my opinion, is because I really liked, back in like sort of the early 2000s, Advance Wars on the Game Boy Advance. I'll probably put some footage in just over this now of that. Really, really fun game. I played a lot of that, played the first one and the second one. I think it's Advance Wars 2. They've really nicely been remade for Switch. I have not had the pleasure of playing them, but that in itself is nice to see. One of my favourite games. That game, this is what reminds me of that game, basically. This has got the same sort of charm. It's not the same style, but in the turn-based, you're doing little stages, you're having to sort of maneuver around, you're having to do upgrades, you're having to manage your teams for depending on what you're doing. As complicated as this game gets for me, that I've noticed, and obviously finding any gacha game, it's trying to get used to what system is. I'm not going to do a fight, I'm just going to show here. This is basically your overview on your world. You'll do different stages. We're on stage 9, I believe, or floor 9, stage 15. I don't know what we would say it as. But here it gives you your effective range stats on this current battle. And here it says 13% close quarters. You got, like, say what, mostly 70% mid-range, and then long range is 17%. Plus, it's got a weak point for that stage. Not always necessary, what I found, to be using this weak point, but the range and using the correct Nikke for that range is very essential from what I found. It is essentially just a managing game, I believe, is the best way to put this over, and I've actually thoroughly enjoyed it. I think the combat, the music, the way it's laid out is really nice. The gacha system, to me at least, has seemed very friendly. And that's, again, the pulling system is actually a very nice experience. Definitely one of the better gacha systems I've played in just terms of pulling. The sad bit, I think, for most people that would argue, is that the pity seems to be about 200 pulls to get a guaranteed out of the shop, which is similar to TOF, but TOF has got a pity of 120. I'd say it's a lot more fair in that regard, but obviously it's an MMO. This isn't an MMO, this is just a single player. I think there is PvP battle, but it's not live. It's I think it's pre-done. There might be live, but I'm only in the rookie arena, PvP arena, so it might get better. But these are the Nikke I've accumulated over the last week. People might find that's not believable. That's generally what the game's given me. There's been, let's show you, I've had this like welcome back event. Had this, done quite a bit of that pretty much every day. This gave me like a 10 pull, I believe, and then there's a day-by-day event, which I think is still going on, and I believe I'm going to get a free SSR, I think, if I complete this, which would be quite nice. And then there's this other event on at the minute as well, which I've been partaking in, and this has been nice as well. There's a new player. This has been a really nice event to do. It's offering, there's a big challenge, and then there's this normal and hard. And as I've ranked up my characters, I've been able to clear these stages one bit at a time. You can see I'm at this point here. I don't think I can do that, but that's been nice, and that's felt progressive, and that's given me a lot of materials to help rank up my account. Get a load of pulls. You can see I've got 10 pulls to still get there, but then it's stuff. Maybe I've come back at a good time. I really enjoyed the anniversary stream they did. I could argue that also helped me getting into the game. I thought that was very amusing, one way or another. I'll do some gameplay at the end of this video, but overall, I'd recommend it if you haven't given it a go. Definitely as a mobile game, casual mobile game. I found it very enjoyable. Got a lot of charisma, got a lot of charm. The characters are absolutely amazing in terms of how they're drawn. My latest one is masked. I mean, kind of the game speaks for itself in the way the animations are and the way the characters are drawn and what they're drawn like. I don't think I need to go into much detail. I think that's kind of fairly self-explanatory. I think the characters are absolutely amazing in this. I think they've done a really, really, really nice job. Even like this level, this blue R rank, or I'd say 3-star character is a really nice looking character, and she's been very useful. The system I have enjoyed in the game is there isn't really, I guess there is going to be meta teams, but I've found basically pretty much most stages, every 3 or 4 stages, I'll have to mix my team up for one reason or another. The burst system, I guess I should talk about, isn't something that is really that well explained, and I had to sort of look up and find this out myself. But if you notice the characters are ranked into 1, 2, and 3 up here, and I didn't know what that means. Maybe it does tell you, and I just didn't read it. But essentially, your characters have an ultimate special move, and they need to do it in a formation. And basically, the first people will do the first burst, and then that will lead into the second burst, which are these. And then that will lead into the third burst, which are these. You can, I have noticed you can have attackers. So like my Celine, I think it's meant to be a close range attacker, but she's got like pistols. She's a burst free. I think you can, the level of the burst level changes depending if they're, it doesn't, you know, they can be an attacker and be burst 1, I believe, and they can be an attacker and be burst free. So that does offer nice sort of mix-ups. And obviously we got like my only sniper at the minute is Coco. I really slept on this character at the beginning, but I actually ended up building her, and she's really, really solid, because I guess my only sniper, I suppose. But helped me clear a lot of the content, like the train content. I was kind of getting a bit annoyed with that, and then put her in my team and we cleared it no problem. So yeah, just quite interesting mechanic. It's quite different to any other gacha game I've played, really. It's very simple though, once you understand that this burst system is important, the element system is important, and then the range system is important. So like one of my latest ones is Polly here. She's another shotgunner, so you're not going to want to use her, for example, on a stage, even if her element is correct, on a stage that's got only long range, because you're just not going to, you know, you're not going to do anything. She might be okay at taking out closer projectiles, but that's kind of it. You want to be focusing, say, on like your rocket launchers, which I've got quite a few of the Rocketeers. I've got Uni, which is a really cool character. I think she's cool. Query, which apparently is D tier according to the internet, but again, a character I really like. She was on the current banner characters now. We've got Senti as character I really wanted. I thought this was voiced by Yoimiya, but it turns out it's not. She just sounds very, very similar. Who was another Rocketeer I got? Did I get another one? That might be it, bless. But that's, overall, I've had a lot of fun with it. I've generally found this generally a good experience. What else was I going to talk about here? There is kind of like this outpost system, so there's like micromanaging sort of Sim City style to the game, where you can do upgrades. I think this is very charming. You get like your sort of daily supplies down here. It's nothing complicated. It looks complicated, but it's really not. This is probably one of the more useful bits, your synchro device, and this is again probably one of the more unique things I've found about the game, where you only need to really level 5 characters, and that's the 5 you decide to put in this synchro. And at the current beginning, it's recommended to put your SR units in there due to the basically Ascension. They've been limit broken, so these have all got 2 stars each, all my SRs by now. And so you can level these up to 160. And so doing that will, whatever level these are, your lowest level character will sync to the rest of your units that you've put in here. So a lot of my gems, I've been investing into this and unlocking slots. I think I've unlocked about 2-3 rows of slots, and I might do another one. And then I think the rest you can unlock also during the story. Well, not story, sorry, this tactics area can unlock the synchro slots for your character, so you don't have to use the gems. I've just done it as an investment because this is a free-to-play account. I haven't spent any money, and I don't intend to spend any money on a game like this. I think I've been extremely satisfied with what I've got so far, and I look forward to basically playing it in the next coming months. I think that's really good. That being said, there's something else I wanted to talk about. I think that's kind of it, really. I think it's kind of covered all the bases that I want to talk about. Overall, I think it's a really good game. The squads, we've talked about the squads, the formations. Yeah, overall, it's nice. It's really nice. Recommend it. Not sponsored or anything, although it'd be quite nice as well to get sponsored by a company like this, but hey, whatever. Cool. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and thank you very much for watching.
Reload. Performing reload sequence. Cover.
Always knows how to wrap things up. Raise and rebuild are all-powerful tools. Focus fire. We need to fire straight ahead. Together.
Cover.
Tools! Focus fire! One more down!
Reload.
rebuild are all-powerful tools! What a bunch of annoying bugs! I can see clearly now!
This battle's finished. Moving on.